Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for The Walking Dead. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a new teaser trailer that was recently dropped for Season 1 of the third Walking Dead spinoff, or the third series, better known as TWD 3 up until this point. So we're going to look at this teaser trailer and I'm going to break it down. There's a lot of crazy and insane stuff in there, which I do want to talk about, which I'll get to. But before I do that, they finally revealed the official name for TWD 3, so we can stop calling it third series or TWD 3. It's actually called The Walking Dead World Beyond. Interesting title. Obviously, it kind of makes sense because if we look at what the intent of this story is, it fits because the intent of this story is for us to see the first generation of people born after the apocalypse. So the World Beyond title fits that. But we can obviously now stop calling it TWD 3 and just call it World Beyond. But with that said, let's jump right into this teaser trailer. So first we have this shot of the kids, the main kids of the story. Now I don't remember all of their names, but their names have been revealed. But one of the kids, her name is Iris. She's actually the one in the voiceover here. She says, "Once upon a time, the end of the world was our beginning." So it fits the title, it fits the story or the intent of the story, like I said. Then we have this shot of Iris. So this is Iris here. They have a pretty cool weapon. So they have this long stick with a stone that has a pretty sharp end that's wrapped around it. So a pretty interesting new weapon. Then we have this shot of two other characters in some sort of an abandoned building. And then we have this shot of one of the other kids. I think his name is Flux, but he looks like Ellie from Last of Us in this shot for whatever reason. This specific shot, the angle, the way he looks, really looks like Ellie from Last of Us. Then we have this shot of another one of the teens or the kids that are the main characters from the story. And we have this guy who is older than them. So it's going to be interesting to see what relationship he has with the kids. But then we have this shot of some kids running and they're holding like paint or something like that. And then we have this shot of another kid. She seems to be a little bit older and she's actually the one that may have a closer connection to the older guy that we just looked at. Then we have this shot of Iris killing a bunch of walkers. And the only reason I know her name is Iris is because I looked it up recently. Then we have this pretty awesome shot of this walker. And then we have the kids, Iris and I think Flux. They attack the walker to kill it. And then we have this shot of a pretty cool and interesting looking walker. It has like some sort of a mask on. Then we have this shot of the kids killing some walkers. And then this shot of the older kid, I think, killing some walkers. And then this shot of a walker reaching out for one of the kids. And then this shot, I think these are related, so she's going to kill the walker most likely. And then we have this pretty badass shot of the kids, the four main kids, looking at what seems to be a city or a community that has been bombed or something, which is pretty interesting. And that's where things make an interesting shift. So we have the older guy that was with the kids waiting for none other than this helicopter showing up. So this helicopter is the exact same helicopter that took Rick Grimes. Well, it's the same type of helicopter because it has the tri-circle symbol on it. Now, as I talked about in my other video, which is this one, you can go and check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. We finally have a reveal about which community Rick was taken to and how everything comes together in terms of what the CRM community is, which Rick was taken to, and how it fits the TWD 3 world, or as we know it now, World Beyond world. So Civic Republic Monument, or CRM, is the community that Rick was taken to. Portland Monument was the community that communicated with Eugene in this season of The Walking Dead, season 10, which is actually taken directly from the comics and it's part of the Commonwealth story. And Omaha Monument is where the TWD 3 or the World Beyond characters are from. And that's basically where the helicopter that we just looked at is probably from. But before I jump back into that, I do want to say a few things. So as we kind of talked about, we have these three communities and they all seem to have this specific function in this broader world of The Walking Dead. But we do see the characters from World Beyond wearing jackets that have the tri-circle symbols on it. So that's interesting, and I bring this up for a specific reason, and I'll talk about that more when we get to some of the scenes in the trailer, which they just released. But this helicopter that we do see in the latest teaser is probably from the Omaha Monument community, which is the community that the kids from World Beyond are from. This helicopter is most likely not coming from CRM or the community Rick was taken to. This helicopter is most likely from the headquarters that runs this community in this TWD3 world, which is interesting. So then we see some people jump out of that helicopter. Now what's interesting is that they do have these weapons, which we actually saw in Fear the Walking Dead Season 5. If you remember, Isabel came with some soldiers. The soldiers were carrying this exact weapon. So that's interesting. But then we do see this shot, which is some people waiting here, and there's this bus. I don't know if any of these characters are the kids that we're going to be introduced to in this world. I doubt it. But we do have the soldiers here, and we have what seems to be their leader or a lieutenant here, which is pretty interesting. Again, I think this is probably the leader of the community that the kids are from. I don't think these are CRM soldiers. It would be super cool if they are, but I doubt it. But in the voiceover, we have the leader or the lieutenant, whatever you want to call her, saying, "We are the last light of the world." And it goes back to how these three organizations see themselves. So then we get this shot of the soldiers shooting these survivors down and killing them. So that's pretty interesting, and that raises the question whether this community that we're going to see is actually led by good people. But then we get this shot, which is a reveal of this leader or this lieutenant, whatever you want to call her, and she actually has the 3 tricircle symbol on her jacket as well. It is a little bit different, but she has it as well. And she says, "We are the last hope." And there's a soldier in the background as well. And that's the end. Then we get this reveal about World Beyond, spring 2020. So it's a pretty cool reveal. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about in this teaser trailer breakdown. I loved what they released, and I hope we get a little bit more. But I want to know everyone's thoughts and opinions about this teaser trailer that was released in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads.